Minecraft has a lack of flying creatures, and I think they should add some, especially birds. So here are 10 birds that I think Mojang should add to Minecraft. Now, I think the first one is quite obvious, but it doesn't fly. And that is the ostrich. I think it should be added to the savanna biome, and it would be amazing to be able to ride one of these. They would be incredibly fast. Faster than a horse? That would be fun, just to be able to ride an ostrich. Because, you know, there are ostrich races. But what would we get from them? Maybe feather? Probably. But, I mean, their feathers are fairly famous. And, meat. Because, you know what? You can buy ostrich meat in some places. Number 2 is the penguin. Now, this one was one of the suggested new mobs that would have been added to Minecraft, but it wasn't. Wasn't it the armadillo that won that? Well, I think the penguin should be added. You know, maybe to make boats faster, as I think that was the intended purpose of them. But of course, they would spawn in the beach and rocky shores biomes. And they'd be doing a lot of swimming, I think. I think that they would be quite a bit of fun. Number 3. This one would also be spawning on the beach and rocky shores, but also over the ocean. And that is gulls. I think they would add a lot of ambiance to the game. Plus, maybe, just maybe they can be used to find the best kind of fish, or maybe nautilus? I don't know. That would be interesting, but I think that they should be added to the game. Number 4. Now this is another promised one if the Badlands biome had been remade, and that is the vulture. And I think, I'm not sure what the purpose of the vulture would be. Maybe to show you where there might be some mobs that you can get some food for, I guess. Yeah, so I think the vulture should be added. And I don't know, what do you think the purpose of the vulture should be? Let me know in the comments. Number 5. This is a very common bird, and you see it pretty much everywhere, and that is the crow. And I think that would be a great one. They are intelligent, and I think this is one that you should be able to tame and be able to use it for some purpose. What purpose? What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Of course, they would spawn in plains and forest biomes. Pretty straightforward, I think. Number 6. Now, this is just my Canadian bias here. Canada goose. They would spawn in the plains, and they would be aggressive. They are known, of course, as the cobra chicken. And they really don't like people whenever they are laying eggs or raising their young. They are very protective. And yeah, they are aggressive. It would be great to hear them. And although in places like the tundra or the snowy plains biomes, you know what? How about seeing them flying in V formation? Yeah. Number 7, I think we should add duck. Duck can be a source of food, of course. And it would be great to hear them quacking. Yeah. But what kind of duck? I know mallard is a pretty common type of duck that you can find in a lot of places. But this would, of course, spawn in the plains and river biomes. Of course, river. They swim a lot. Number 8. I think that this should be the eagle. Maybe a couple varieties. Maybe 3 varieties. I don't know. It depends. There are multiple types of eagles in the world, and of course there's going to be competition about which is the best one. By the way, the bald eagle is one of the smaller eagles. And there are more bald eagles in Canada than the United States, even though it's a symbol of the U.S. Anyways, I think they would be great to have, and you know what? I think they should spawn in the old-growth pine and spruce forests. Wouldn't that be nice to have a bird in those forests? Number 9, the cassowary. What is the cassowary? Cassowary is an extremely aggressive, dangerous bird. When you think of, let's say, velociraptor, cassowary is probably the closest thing you're going to get in the bird world. They're dangerous. They will rip open your guts. This is a very aggressive bird that you want to stay away from. A little bit added danger in the jungle biome, I think. That would be great. And finally, number 10, probably one of the most common birds that you'll see anywhere in the world, the pigeon. Why not add the pigeon? They are a symbol of city life. They should spawn, I think, within villages, but also, like plains and forests. But the thing about pigeons is that they were spread around the world mostly because they were domesticated, and there are types of pigeons, or one type of pigeon that was used for delivering messages. What was that, the homing pigeon? And pigeons have been bred for racing. I'm not sure how you do that in Minecraft, but it might be interesting. But and pigeons were also bred for food. So yeah, you can eat pigeon. So I think those 10 birds would be great ones to have in the game. What do you think? Which of those 10 do you think would be the best to add to Minecraft? And do you have any additional birds you'd like to see in Minecraft? Let me know in the comments below. If you like videos like this and would like to see some more, then please consider subscribing to this channel as well as my main one. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.